matter. And a lot of things are at stake as the election for the new administrators has to be done in a month. Our man Oluwabusayo Bank Olowokere is there in Lagos, and he'll be joining us on the show shortly to let us know how things is going there. Our man is on the ground there, so stay with us. In about 5 minutes' time, he's going to call on the show and give us a brief outlook of what is going on and what to expect from the NFF's General Assembly. All right, let's start the show this morning with the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup, where the Falconets bounced back to beat Canada, and they'll be facing the Netherlands in the quarterfinals. Nigeria's Under-20 Women Falconets continue their impressive performance in the ongoing FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Costa Rica as they earned another win against Canada. The team has secured a back-to-back win in their first two matches against France and Korea to sit top of the group. They earned a victory against Canada the hard way as they had to come back from a goal down to secure a 3-1 win. I mean, it was a particularly bold lineup from the coach, Christopher Danjuma. He benched star player Sebastian. That's our number 9, Flourish, who got that impressive goal against France, the lone goal, as a matter of fact. So the starting lineup for us in that match, we had Oyono in goal. Regular suspects Abiodun, Captain Dimeyin, Oshobukola, Onyenezide. Okwe came into the lineup. Amo Idoko, Imran as well. Alani and Okochuku completed the 11 ladies. The game started pretty well for the Falconets, but in a G3 moment, that was about 2 minutes, the goalkeeper, she just, maybe she had a cold feet, and she panicked, and more or less, when she tried to release the ball out of her box, it just fell into the legs of her opponent, and it was in the back of the net. So the Falconets started the game more or less handicapped or on the back foot. But the next most significant event that happened was the red card that was almost given to Mia Pante. Well, it was eventually rescinded to a yellow, but that was more or less a defining moment for the Canadians as they really panicked, because if they had gone one goal down, then it would have been a serious issue for the Canadian girls. But that didn't face the Falconets. The one interesting thing about the match was the way the coach was actually. We were able to hear the coach loudly on the sidelines, telling the girls what to do, instructing them, and just directing them to play the game exactly how he wanted them to execute it. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, it was a first penalty that was considered by the Canadians. The Canadian defender handled the ball inside our own area after a Falconets attack that saw attacker, I believe that was Okpe, who, after a scuffle of the ball, the goalkeeper just fluffed her lines as well. The ball went in between her hands, and then when they were trying to recover, the ball hit another player. So it was a penalty, and who else but Esther Onyenezide, who levels for the Falconets in the 24th minute. 4 minutes after Messi Idoko yesterday as well. You remember that on the show and on the news, we had a voice where she particularly promised Nigerians that they would go out to secure victory, and it was going to be a convincing victory. And she was the one who suffered the poor challenge inside the Canadian box, and after a VAR review, that's the video assistant referee. The referee decided to award penalty to the Falconets, and Esther Unidi, she stood up once again from the spot to double the lead for the Falconets. So at the break, the Falconets were leading the game 2-1 going into the second half. There was action from both sides, in and out, but there was the Falconets were the more threatening side, and they seemed more comfortable on the ball, as well as they were able to peg the Canadian backs for the most part of the game. They showed resilience and spirit when substitute Chioma Olise added the third goal of Rafiat Imran's cross inside the 4 additional minutes of the game. As a result of that, Falconets ended the group stage with 9 points for the first time. They will face the Netherlands in the quarterfinals on Sunday. Estanyene Dize got 2 goals in 24th minute and 32nd minute. Jamal Olise added the third in the 91st minute. I remember that we brought you the live audio commentary of that game when it was played in Costa Rica around 10 p.m. Myself and Fred. So congratulations to the coach, Christopher Danjuma, and the girls. He spoke about them working on the weak areas and approaching the game like a serious game, and trying to make a statement so that going into the knockout stages, other teams will fear and respect the Falconets. And I think this is quite a way to do that. They were so close, so close to finishing the group stages without even conceding a single goal, if not for what happened in the second minute of the game against Canada. But hats off to the girls. They did nation proud. Everyone was really impressed. A lot of people that saw the game were like, no doubt, whether you like it or not, when it comes to women football in Nigeria, there is a lot to look forward to. All right, shortly now we'll be joining our man in Lagos, Bankole Olowokere. Bankole Olowokere is in Lagos on the ground for the annual General Assembly of the Nigeria Football Federation. Good morning, Busayo.
Good morning, Ahmed, and welcome to Lagos. Let me greet you from saying Eko Nibaje, currently live at the hotel where the NFF Annual General Assembly is scheduled to take place today. And to my surprise, I was welcomed by the Nigerian Football Federation president himself. We came in almost at the same time, talking about Mr. Melvin Amaju-Pinnick. It's a day that there will be streamline of discussion. It's a day that everybody wants to know where is the roadmap to the next elective Congress. I've seen a story today where someone wrote that Amaju is looking for a third-term extension, a tenure extension for a third-term bid through a backdoor. But all the same, we'll be knowing how it all pans out today here in Lagos.
Absolutely. So, what's it looking like? What's it looking like in terms of attendance? People that have registered their presence already. The high-profile guests that we're expecting to grace the occasion already. You said you're welcomed by the NFF president himself, Amaju Melvin Pinnick. So what who are the other top officials that are currently on ground in Lagos?
Well, I can report to you that about over 35 FA chairmen arrived yesterday. So I think the 2 other persons, they were welcomed by the Lagos State FA chairman himself, and who is the first vice president of Nigerian Football Federation, Barrister Sheyi Akinwumi. And he's already on ground. He welcomed every one of them that arrived yesterday. Pinnick himself, also, he has a house in Lagos, and he's also quickly from his house, he has drove in to make sure that everything goes as planned for this annual general meeting here in Lagos. I tell you that we expect all things to work smoothly. Those that are saying, yes, let's go for the 44 Congress member, there was a video being posted out by the first vice president, Barrister Sheyi Akinwumi, where he said that the statutes of the Nigerian Football Federation will first be put in place. Then, if any other thing will be when the new president comes in. But for this elective Congress is to tell us what is the process. Who are those that are vying for forms? Who are those that are qualified to buy forms for different positions? Is it from the NFL president? Is it the first vice president? Is it the second vice president? Who are those that are viable to get such positions? So today we'll be knowing that, and we'll be pulling through in the aspect of let's get it right. And I can tell you that Justin also, a big journalist, a top boss, I call him, talking about Emeka Nwani has also arrived there. So you could see that I have the chairman of the CEO of the LMC talking about my boss himself, also Mr. Oumi, Davidson Oumi, a former player, former ex-international. He's also just arriving at the arena here. So you will see that it's a full house of everybody that wants Nigerian football to move forward. It's a full house of people that are the timber caliber in terms of the Nigerian Football Federation. People who knows that this is our football, this is what we want to achieve, and then with them we have it all rosy. I tell you, today is going to be a massive one. I've seen the presence of security. The men of the military have been at the gate. I've seen men of the civil defense, bodyguards that are also around. So there won't be any crisis. Everything is under control here in Lagos, and we believe that by the end of today we'll know the roadmap to where the election is going to take us through. Who are those that will qualify to contest in that election? I'm talking about the president.
That's the voice of our man down there in Lagos, Busayo, letting us know how things are going to unfold and the situation of things currently on ground. We'll wait for him to get back to us. Busayo.
Ahmed, wait.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm with you.
All right. So you're talking about the fact that the security on ground, the atmosphere is looking good. And in terms of rumors and discussions, you've already said that the election is what a lot of people are looking forward to. So let's looking a little bit deeper into that. What do you think is the biggest news that might possibly come out here today? Are we going to see? Should we be expecting something that might be very strange or something unexpected at the end of proceedings today, or will things just go smoothly and there will be no surprises?
Well, I don't think there should be surprises. The major one Nigerians might be wanting to hear is that Zamaju Pini going for a tenure extension, making it third time, the first president to ever do a three-time in NFF. He has said several times that his family has told him no to third-time agenda. But, politics cannot be taken away. Politicians know what they want to do. But, by the time he's saying he's going for the third time, and that's when a lot of crises will actually be erupting. There's this whole issue about saying the Southerners have done theirs, now it's for the North. But for me, I think I'm not bothered about if it's the Southern that ruled before, if it's a Northern president that was the president of the NFF before. I'm looking at a position where we will have somebody who is capable, who is intelligent, who has the clout to push the football, who has the knowledge, who can, we want to go back to grassroots development structure. Those are kind of persons that I feel we should be expecting from. But I don't know the mind of Amaju Pinnick. He came in a well-dressed attire, in senator attire, black, and it looks so confident. It looks like, okay, guys, if I've done my best for 8 years, I feel like I can step down. But the question is, yesterday I saw a list of about 13 qualifiable candidates 13 that they are looking so serious. I mentioned some of their names. I've seen former General Secretary of the Nigerian Football Federation, Barrister Musa Amadou. We've seen Benedict Akwegbu, former international. We've seen Peter Sadida, former international. We've seen Mr. Christopher Emerua, former NFF staff, who is the current CAF head of security in the Confederation of African Football, CAF. We've seen Ibrahim Gusso, the chair of all the FA chairmen. We've seen about 13 names, if I keep mentioning all. So let's just wait. Anxiously waiting for the decision of the meeting today. We know that the opening ceremony will be allowed to the media, but when the proper discussion will be taking place, we might be asked to excuse. But a lot of people yesterday on several platforms were saying, even CAF streamed their own event, their annual meeting they held in Morocco during the Women's Nations Cup, WAFCON. So the NFF should also allow the media to be part of this. So those are the discussion, the intrigues that we expect today. And I tell you, we are waiting earnestly to see how it's going to pan out at the end of today's proceedings.
All right, thank you very much, Busai. At the end of today's proceedings, we'll see how it pan out. Okay, it doesn't look like they've really started anything much because I can't really tell. But when, around what time are you looking at proceedings?
The accreditation for all dignitaries will start by 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock is the opening ceremony. Like I said, some top dignitaries are already here in the hotel. Owumi just came in, is from the LMC. I've seen the NFF president. I've seen from pictures I saw yesterday, Ondo State FA chairman Otumba Dele Ajayi is here. Waman, former ex-international and also chairman, board of trustee of the All Players Football Union, APSU, and also newly inducted chairman of Anambra State, Chikelu Inualusi, has also been on ground. We've seen almost everybody that is the key to the process of this annual General Congress, our General Assembly of the Nigerian Football Federation. Don't forget that the statute says 44 Congress members will be allowed to vote, but the noise from the other camps, the noise from those agitating that, oh, this, that, will have to be when the new NFF president comes in, or if Amaju Pini finds his way around the Congress members to say, give me a third time, let me continue his time. And if they give him that time, then the news rules or the news report that was submitted to the Ministry of Youth and Sport talking about the committee organized by Delta State. I also have inside there. All the station today. So let's just wait. Like I tell you, we will have it loaded, and reports will keep moving up and down from this segment. Let me just go back here and she slowly to say welcome to her.
All right, just before I let you go, you remember that the Professional Football Association of Nigeria, led by ex-internationals Jan Babangida, warned that they might not be a part of this. Are there any indications that they are on ground currently? Have they settled that issue, or you can't? What's it looking like now with the PFAN and the Annual General Assembly?
Let me tell you, Ahmed, that's a good question, and every Nigerian that needs to hear. Well, the PFAN has been working on their own before, but a lot of questions came in. Were they affiliated with the Nigerian Football Federation? They left that gap open for this All Players Football Union to take in. They were not affiliated with the NFF, despite that they were money from the COVID-19 palliative that was shared by the NFF to them. But the NFF said the Players Union are also invited. So the accredited one, affiliated one to the NFF is the All Nigerian Players Union. So if you have it that way, you will see that there's a lot of a streamlined procedure for the process. Recognized will be the All Nigerian Players Football Union, the AMPU. And if they come, if some of their team come, they can also come. The question is, are they a chance of a pressure group to the NFF? If you are a player welfare, if you are a player union, you are supposed to be getting the welfare of your ex-internationals, taking care of them, and that was that loophole that was not gotten by the Tijani-led board.
But Tijani says they are statutory member of the NFF.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The Players Union is statutory member of the Nigerian Football Federation.
So that means they definitely have to be invited.
There was a loophole that was left open via the fact that they were not affiliated. by the Nigerian Football Federation. And that was when, the politics came in, and those who saw that loophole took time and said, let's go register All Players Football Union, AMFU, where the president is ex-international Abdul Sule. You have the chairman board of trustee as the Chikelu Ilianusi. For crying out loud, there's always a vacuum that has always been left by the Tijani-led board, and that is where we are today. I will get upstairs. When I see any of them, I will also bring it to you as much updates we can be getting from this annual General Assembly of the Nigerian Football Federation. But as for now, I've not gone to the top floor, the fifth floor where the event will be happening. So I've not even seen those that are taking their breakfast or not. But I'll also get there. We'll give you updates on the show as many times as possible I can get in.
All right, don't forget to take your breakfast because it looks like it's going to be a long day. Thank you very much, Busayo.
Thank you very much, Ahmed, for having me. Thank you to all our listeners. That's what we are. We want to make sure that we give you live from Lagos, and we are here in Lagos.
All right, that's our man live down there in Lagos at the NFF Annual General Assembly holding in Victoria Island. Just before we call it a wrap, and yesterday at the end of proceedings, still in the under-20 Women's World Cup, because that is the biggest for now, especially when it comes to weekdays football. So at the end of proceedings, we know already that host Costa Rica were already out. Unfortunately, early in the early hours of today, they considered under 5 goals to Brazil without scoring any. So they are exiting this tournament having considered 13 goals overall and scoring just 1. So for Group C and Group D, Nigeria and France are the qualifiers. The game between France and South Korea ended 1-0 in favor of the Little Blues due to use champion France. And holders Japan as well finished with maximum 9 points, conceding 1 goal in their final group game against USA. They qualify alongside Netherlands, who will now face the Falconets. They'll face the Falconets come Sunday in the quarterfinal stages. So this is what is currently going on, and we'll be expecting that for the girls, the coach Najma led side, when they square off against the Dutch side on Sunday. 11:30 p.m. where we'll surely be here to bring you the live audio commentary as well. And you can also check our YouTube channel, Citizen FM on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, and you can also, we have something for you there as well. So the quarterfinalists: Spain will take on Mexico, Nigeria will take on Netherlands, Colombia will take on Brazil, Japan and France will square off. For the semifinals, the winner of Nigeria Netherlands will face off with the winner of Spain Mexico for a spot in the final, while the winner of Brazil Colombia will square off with the winner of Japan France for a spot in the finals as well. All right, with that, we bring the show to a wrap this morning on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Thank you, Busayo in Lagos, for joining us on the show this morning. Join us again this evening, 8 p.m. for the evening edition of Citizen Sports.
This is our journey. We've had our finest moments and our darkest hours. Yet we pull ourselves back from the brink every time. We are a resilient people. We are Nigeria. And when we talk, we share our views on Top Radio 93.7, Citizen FM. A people united will never